Hello everyone and welcome back to another live stream here on the twitch.tv / the Xisuma. Oh, look at that, all of my copper's aged. Ah, Ren is someone I wanted to talk to. Let's see if we can grab Ren at the beginning of this here stream. Put on my hat, put on my boots, grab all the things. Let's put that over here. And we're good to go. Welcome to the peeps in chat saying hello. Lenity says, great day to be sick and not in school. I mean, being sick is not good, right? Or am I getting it wrong? Let's unmute. So I have a very simple idea. Something I just want to check with Ren is okay to do. Assuming that he's in his area. Oh wait, he is. There he is. It's the Ren Diggity Dog. Just staring into the distance.
Xisuma, what's happening, baby? What's happening?
Hi, my dude. How's it going?
Hello, Xisuma. Hello. What's up? Come into my command center.
Hi. Wow. Dude, this is cozy.
Doing a thing.
Oh, you've been buying copper, have you? Hey, hey.
I bought so much copper today.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your. My brain is giving me the word customerness, and I'm like, that's not it. Patronage?
My customerness. Let's go with customerness. That's better.
Customerness. Thank you for your customerness.
Yeah, especially because one of these cost a
lot.
You know,
a lot, right? They suck.
They're the worst.
Oh, they look cool though. Yeah, this place is looking awesome, my dude. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Looking cool.
Thank you.
What are these right here?
What
I feel like they're nets for playing ping pong over or something.
They're supposed to be like computer terminals, you know, like screens.
Dude, this is where you got to just throw in an armor stand and put like an item that's inside the glass, and then that'll totally get that.
I'm trying to figure out exactly what to do, what item to do that with, but that's definitely what I'm going to do. It's going to be sweet.
Yeah, it'll look cool. I wanted to just ask you if it was okay to change something around here. I think you'll find it's fine. I just wanted to double check.
Sure.
Okay, come with me. I'm gonna just fly over to my base. Right, there's a perfect spot to perch on here. Bam.
Okay, we perch in here.
Yep.
Boop.
Whenever I look out over here and I see the grass, the other side of the river, I kind of feel like it would look great if it was all packed mud.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm thinking of like replacing all of the grass, like this little lump over on the left, then all the way across, you know, to the wall on the other side. I think all of that would just look a little better if it were, yeah, packed mud.
I totally agree with you. Actually, False suggested this to me as an idea, because I was worried that the walls looked a little bit weird, like they'd just been plonked down. And she said, spread the mud out on the other side of the walls, and it'll look a lot more natural. So I was actually going to do exactly what you have just described. I just haven't got around to it.
Oh, okay, okay. Well, I can do this front bit here for you, since it's sort of between our bases. I quite often just look out straight ahead into the neighborhood from here. So it's just been on my mind. I'd be happy to do that for you.
Dude, that'd be sweet. Wait, come with me. I have like an idea sparked by this.
Okay.
What if we put together like a little forest or something here?
Ooh.
So it's not just packed mud.
Like it's its own little biome, right?
Yeah.
So
here's the idea, right? These custom trees are in this biome, but maybe we can find like a hybrid between the alien tree and the non-alien tree, and that could be a little forest out here or something.
That's a great idea.
Just an idea.
That's a great idea. Yeah, because you've really gone all in on the biome, right? You've given the trees, like when I look on top of them, I realize there's dead corals up here. Like everything has like a rhyme and a reason to it. Yep. So we could do something like that out the front. That sounds great.
Dude, the atmosphere in this biome is extremely, the moisture levels are extremely low, so those are actually moisture catching fans.
And you've put somewhere in there's one of those spore blossoms, because there's little particle effects around, right?
Yeah, it's one of this tree over here is ripe. It's sporing right now.
Yeah. Dang, that's so cool.
It's also kind of disgusting. This biome is basically just turned into a giant sludge pit, but it's great.
No, it's so cool because you put rhyme and reason behind everything. It just makes sense when you look at it, but then when you think about it, it makes even more sense, you know?
Just spicing things up. But dude, I'm loving this idea about having, definitely modifying this. And then making some sort of a hybrid between your and my base. Dude, this is such a, I don't know, we're going to have to think about it a bit more, but there can be an evolution of some kind build-wise from there to here kind of thing.
Yeah,
I don't know how to explain
transition, isn't it?
But...
Like,
yes.
You have two biomes, and then you have, like, the middle biome, which, like, pollinates the two together.
Yes.
So, my area, like, the packed mud is, like, the walked-on spot. So it's drier, but it's a little more humid. There's lots of greenery and grass in the area too. So probably
and some of the mud has even started to like melt a little bit, so to speak, right? Like the mushroom block looks like the mud isn't as packed, so to speak.
Yeah, it's a little loose.
Yeah,
I like it, and then a little stony in places too. I kind of gravitate towards.
By the way,
you like this, do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's awesome.
I've been very self-critical, and I felt like putting the yellow in here because I have a quite low contrast area, so I wasn't too sold on it. But if you like it, I'll probably keep it.
The yellow cuts through the brown.
Okay,
it's really nice.
Here's what I was thinking. Like the bamboo, I thought might be kind of good, little shoots of bamboo coming up. But like the green and the yellow together, maybe, because the yellow's like dried out bamboo. Can we make that look more like a plant?
Potentially. Dude, we're going all over the place here. There's so much inspiration kicking in wherever we go.
I love it,
I've even forgotten what you were saying. You're talking about the path.
Dude, yeah, just the in my area, the packed mud is like the walked on area. Because there's more greenery in my space, but it's humid, you know? If you walk over it too much, it doesn't grow there. So there's a little rhyme and reason to this area too. So we just need something between the two, right? Like yours is hotter than mine. Yours is hotter and drier. Mine's like hot and wet. So just something between that.
The mangrove leaves are really cool because they kind of feel like a dried out version of these leaves. So I would love to add some of these awesome leaf banks that you've got on your side, kind of on closer to this side, right? So there's like leaves here, maybe some green leaves here that eventually become the mangrove leaves. Ooh. You know, that could be like a transition from green to brown to from humid to non-humid, this sort of thing. You got me all pumped up, man.
Yeah, I'm digging it. I think there's something here, you know.
Yeah. Beware though, packed mud goes fast, is what I've learned.
Oh, dude, I've got so much of it.
Like this.
I got so much of it. It ain't a problem.
Excellent.
yeah, I got tons.
Excellent, man. Awesome, dude. Awesome. There's even opportunity here for another squirtapod juice lake out here.
Oh,
something that
like a hybrid one. Like what happens when they appear, and it's a little. Oh, dude, I'm thinking like the honey block and the slime block, like it's green.
Ooh, that's interesting. It's like there's an algae, a burst of algae or something inside of it. Dude, that's sweet.
That might be cool, like closer to the water.
Okay, something's cooking here, eh?
I was going to do something simple to begin with, but now, now I think we're going to go all out.
Step one, modificate.
Exactly,
And then we take it from there, you know?
Okay, I'm going to crack on with that then, my dude.
All right, sweet, man. Sweet. Well, you're always welcome for a cup of tea in the command center when it's
I've literally got a hot bevy right here. You've just reminded me. It's probably perfect drinking temperature and everything.
Yeah.
Though,
I also love the fact that it's a beautiful day outside in England, and here we both are playing Minecraft.
I was just about to say, like, because the weather's turning, do you find tea less appetizing this time of year?
Nope.
Wow, okay. When it's hot, I feel like I prefer water to tea, but yeah. I'm going to enjoy this anyway. Guess what flavor it is?
Chi.
No. It's mint. I have some mint
I love
tea.
the mint tea.
Yeah, really nice. Nice.
I've been getting into green tea a lot.
Green tea's good, yeah. I like lemon green tea. That's the one that does it for me.
That's exactly the one that I like.
It's a good mix, isn't it?
You put a squeeze of real lemon in there.
I was just about to give you that tip. I was be like, oh, put a little squeezer, you know, some lemon juice in there. Yep. Give it some punch. Yeah, that's good stuff. Oh, I might have one of those myself today as well. Nice. Well, I'll be in the area if you want to come say hi again, by the way.
All right, sweet. All right, Lex. Speak to you in a bit.
See you, Ren. All right, there you go, folks. There you go. Yeah, I like pretty much everything I just said to Ren. I've been looking out, and I just keep looking at that space and thinking, it needs to be packed mud, and it feels so right because let's look at this. Well, I fell off because I got all this packed mud as the promenade. It just feels like you want to see it again, and there it is, a little further out. So this edge here, like everything I'm pointing at, all of that packed mud, and then biomificate it, right? We're gonna do that today. We're gonna do a few other things as well, and I'm just looking at chat and getting confused by one particular message. Anyway, noises in the air because we've had a few. Grand motoring with the Amazon Prime for 5 months. Been watching since season 3. Wow. Thank you so much for watching all of that time. That's amazing. Zach L16 is here for 22 months. Morning stream hype. Yep, I think you're going to see more morning streams from me because of the way the weather is at the moment. Like, my usual streaming time, it is just too hot. And then, you know, if I could go a little bit later, let's say. Wouldn't be quite as hot if I started streaming at, let's say, 8. But I don't know, by then I can be pretty worn out. Have I forgotten how to use my own elevator? Amy Dimson is here for 3 months. Thank you so much, Amy. Half a year already? Apparently so. I appreciate your support, though. Thank you so much. By the way, we got new plans for this basement. I think it's just going to become an area to age copper in. I think I'm going to strip out the sugarcane farm, put that somewhere else, tidy up some of these walls. Because I'm creating a connection between my 2 temples over here. Like, you can't see it right now because it's hidden. I mean, somewhere here, there it is. So that tunnel is going to come all the way over to here. Ooh, do you know what, right? You know you have little problems when you do Minecraft builds, like, oh man, this floor isn't level with that floor. You got to look at things like they're an opportunity. And one of the things I wanted to get away from is having these, I don't know, just symmetrical styles all the time or whatever. I kind of started doing it again here without thinking about it. But we should make this tunnel wonky, right? Have all these little cubby holes for chests and steadily rise up to, well, not even steadily, you know, just its floor height can change and eventually match this. So we have to turn it into a building challenge, you know? Small Foxchild, thank you so much for the Prime. We got Kitty Chat free here with a tier 1 subscription, and Ember Ella here for 4 months. I was going to bed early, then I got a notification, so here I am. What's on for today? So we're going to work on the biome opposite this place. I'm going to sort out this room and the tunnel leading to it a little bit. And usually I find you make plans for a live stream and you get like next to nothing done. It's usually how it goes. So I'm kind of anticipating I might not get quite as much done as I want to, but you know. We've got to go get more copper and lay it down in here too, while we're working in the area so it can age. Oh, a couple of missed spots there, I guess. So yeah, we're all caught up on noises in the air. Welcome everyone, it is early. What's the heat? I just got here, says Profile. I don't know, I haven't measured it, but you know, our May so far was really cold. Like the beginning of May was cold, the first few days, and we'd had a cold April. And it was just like, where's the warm weather? It's usually here by now. And then bam, this week it's just come along. House of Mesa says 26C in my living room with all the windows open. Dang. It's 27 up in Scotland. I haven't checked, but if I recall, it was like 2021 around here. And I'm smeltering. The best weather is always that in-between weather, I think. Not too hot, not too cold. You can go outside with like a shirt and a hoodie. That's gonna... the temperature I like. I don't know what that is. Probably like 19 or 18 or something. Right, I'm gonna drink my tea now. Just occurred to me I can do this, right? Ah, that's good, that's good. It's 18 in Australia when you got 2 blankets on. I would have thought at 18 you wouldn't need a blanket. Partial 761, thank you for 3 months of support. Very much appreciated. Hope you'll be entertained today. Hello, what's going on, says Vertiz. Gonna be working on the area between myself and Ren's base. Gonna be working on an interior part of my base. That's kind of it. You know, there's more stuff on the list, but I just have this feeling that'll be it for today. Did you actually ban Grian when Jem asked on Wednesday, or did he just log out? Oh, I banned him. You know. And he apologized. He said, Xisuma, I'm so sorry. I've disrupted your admin powers. Please let me back on, sir. No, that conversation never happened. If you'd really like to know what happened, okay, I'm not OP. Like, I can't OP someone else. What are the other commands? You know, I don't have OP. Oh, there's XP. Jesus, press that letter on the keyboard. Come on. I do have access to the console, and it took me a minute to like load it up. I just kicked Grim because, you know, then it's up to him, right? Like if he actually wanted to keep hanging around and crack on, he could, and if not, you know, it's a timely joke. So yeah. You speak any other language than English? I do not. I'm going to record a Q&A episode of Hermitcraft soon. There's a post on my channel if you want to leave any messages there. Like, there's a reason that I don't do Q&As is because I answer the same questions over and over and over again when I do my live streams, and whenever I do a Q&A, it's the same like questions that are at the top. And when I saw them again, I was just like, hey, you know what? Like, obviously, there's like 100% of content that you put out, and the average person probably like gets about 5% of it. So all this other stuff just doesn't reach people. So you do a Q&A episode, it'll reach that people, but then in a year's time, like your audience would have shifted around a bit. Some people would have moved on, some new people would have come in, and then they want to know those same things again. Opinion on Greg's in the UK says I'm not K. You know, their sausage rolls are really hyped up, and I had one, and I was just like, it's not bad. Not bad. Now, I got, the first one I got, they heated it up in a microwave or something, like a little oven, I could have swore. And then I had one not so long ago, and I was like, can you heat it up? And he was like, oh, it's already heated. And I was like, don't you put it in the little heater thing? He was like, no, we can't do that. And I was like, oh, okay. And it was just like the sort of heat that was like, enough for it to be annoying. Like, it was warm in a way where it's not like, oh, a hot meal, and it was just above cold enough to make it feel like it was, you know, it was hot, but oh no, it's sat around for a while now. I don't know. I didn't really enjoy it. So I don't think sausage rolls are something, apart from my nana's sausage rolls that she used to make. Those were incredible. I think she put Marmite in them. I think that was like the secret ingredient. But yeah, like sausage rolls just aren't something that really strike me as being that great. Lukewarm sausage roll. Yeah, it was lukewarm. It was just like the wrong temperature. Like you either want it cold or hot, and it was just that yucky in between. I work there, we can't heat them up, it's so annoying, says I'm not Kate. You see, the first one that I got, they totally put it in the little heater for me, because they asked, they were like, do you want it heated up? And I was like, yeah, sure. And bam, in it goes, comes out really, like, really warm and tasty, and then after that it was like, oh, now you don't? Right, we should go drop this stock in the shop, I think. And then we'll go get the rest of our stuff. Some Gregs do it. May have had new ovens. Okay, there you go. So someone's had theirs warmed up. Warmed up, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. Which country has my favorite cuisine? India. However, I've eaten so much curry now that I'm just these days with food, like we can talk about food, but I'm just not very food obsessed anymore. You know, the days go by so quick and you have your meals and it just feels like you're getting through it. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Profits are rolling in. We should probably keep track of this. I'm going to make a note of how much is here. So like 6, 8, 16 stacks. Now, this might tip me over the edge for a trophy. I think I gotta go update the trophy board, by the way. See, look, we always end up doing other stuff too and getting distracted. But here we go. 7 blocks of diamond, right? Do you know what? When I open my copper shop, it might be a good idea to like make a discounted price for trapdoors. So I'd literally be selling trapdoors specifically for less than the regular copper. But I don't know, like it balances out, right? Because it feels pretty punishing to make the trapdoors and stuff. But yeah, 7 times 9. Which one's that? 45. No, 63, isn't it? Yeah, 63. Wanted to double check that. 63, bringing my total up to, check this out. Oh, 998 diamonds. Dang it, I need to make 2 more diamonds to get like myself on the leaderboard. Oh, so close. So close. 2 more diamonds. I'm sure I'll make those sales soon. Check the walls. I did just the other day. I could check them again. I think it's unlikely. Well, you know, someone went to the copper shop. Maybe someone went to these. Nope. 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 So, no, nothing there. Is Cup added to the leaderboard already? Yeah, kinda. Like, not properly is the problem. Let's go over to Loglands. Pick up some copper. Lay it down. And we'll put Cub on the leaderboard as well. You know, we'll get stuff done today. Wait, where am I looking? In here. Bam. Got a reply, possibly? Oh no! There was glow-like in there. My head is requested. Thanks, X. Awesome. Awesome. A colourful Cub fan head as well. Not a regular Cub head, a colourful Cub head. Killed by... Oh, he killed himself. Oh, how tragic. Leaderboard for what? Sales. Sales. Dang. Need to be watching the episodes. Get caught up on all that's going on. Let's grab all of this. There is a lot of it about. It's almost like we've got too much copper. Why before the heat, says Crash. Why before the heat? Because I don't want to stream in the heat. Basically. Pretty straightforward. Right, I've got my ender chest. I really want to work more on loglands too. I'm going to build the next farm real soon. It's just slowing down a bit. Like when you do like projects like spread out across the place, it slows you down. And I've been working on the base here like quite a lot, trying to get this side like up to scratch. I think that's going to need a little building on top of it, and then these other buildings here are starting to look right to me. So you know, this whole side of this thing is taking its time though. That's another thing I probably wanted to do on stream, was do like a pass. Do another pass on the area. Any permanent copper shop plans? Yeah, I think I know what I'm going to do. My problem is though, like, I find it kind of hard to make the shops more interesting than just the fact that you go in to buy stuff, because if you do make it a bit more of a spectacle, it's usually at the expense of convenience for whoever's, you know, getting something from there. But I saw, you know, Etho made the Frogger game at his shop, so it could be something. Base looks great. I feel it needs more of those custom trees since you have expanded your base. You're probably 100% right. I keep looking at the space that I've got without thinking about the custom trees, so yeah, I need to put those in there. That one's not going to stay. I think Etho's going to have a separate place to buy stuff if you don't want to play Frogger though. Yeah, that's true. You can probably just go in and buy things and not play the game. Love the music in the background, says Brittany Forever. It's some classic Frank Lapacki from the Red Alert games. Red Alert, yep, that's the game, that's the one. Urge to build V3 rockets intensified. Are they called V3? I mean, that's a straight reference to like World War II. Because the V2 rockets were, I think, in use in World War II. I forget it all, but like some of the storylines for all of that Command & Conquer series are like alternative history. I didn't really sort of see it that way when I was a kid, but as you grow up and learn more about these things, you start to see it. But if I recall correctly, it's got something to do with like Einstein creates like a time travel machine and something. Someone out there probably knows what I'm getting at and can explain it better than me. You're a fan of the CNC Generals series. That's where I tuned out. As soon as they turned it into a 3D game, I was like, oh, I'm done. I adored the 2D graphics. I've always been a bit of a sucker for those old school 2D graphics. And when they turned Command and Conquer into a 3D game, I was just like, I think I'm done. But they were some seriously fun games that I played a lot when I was a kid. Yeah, this is all organic copper. This is all organic copper, my dude. What's your opinion on CSC Renegade then? I played Renegade. Renegade was a first-person shooter. I didn't play it a lot. Like, I brought it and I remember playing it, but like, I think I remember just being bad at it and not getting very far, and then I was doing something else or whatever. Like, I don't have a memory of playing it enough. At least like the fact that I brought the game and then didn't play it a lot kind of sticks in my mind, but I didn't think it was terrible. Do I play Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle-earth? I have not. I have had, like, when we played the Lord of the Rings game as a group recently, I did see people mentioning that one of the older games in that series was pretty good. I do not have any piercings or tattoos, nor do I have any desire to get any. So look at this, like I put Cub just over here because I couldn't be bothered to move these things at the time. Ren's online, isn't he? Oh look, no, Ren's now Ren's not online. Dang it! Could have asked him while I was over there. So both Cub and Cleo have the 1000, and this just saves me updating it a lot more if I do it this way around. Yeah, then we need some slabs. I was supposed to leave a stash of slabs here, and if I remember correctly, I kind of messed that up. But I got a bunch there. I might leave those behind. Wow, we're down low on the armor stands, eh? Sticks and stones. That's the other thing I need. Something just ate some grass. I think there's a sheep lurking underneath. Is there like a sheep, one sheep in the floor? Oh. Oh, they're in... Oh, that's not a sheep. Where are the sheep at? Maybe it was just roaming the... There it is. It's just roaming the back area. Thought it might have been trapped underground. Eggs, did I got to a Comic-Con in Liverpool last weekend? I did not got to one. I did not got to the Comic-Con. Yeah, let's go. Oh, I'm supposed to count. I'm supposed to count how many of these slabby jabs I need. Let's just put them in place. Would be nicer if there were like a more efficient way of updating this system, I guess. Right now, custom list first would be good. Iron nuggets, we are 100 to 109. I knew it was high. There it is. This one's for Cub. Oh, jeez. I'm supposed to do the other thing too. Keep forgetting. Keep forgetting all over the place. How am I and what am I doing for Mother's Day? We don't tend to celebrate Mother's Day or do anything for it. I was told that these holidays were a con. Invented to sell cards by card companies. That'll do. That will do. So, this belongs over here. There is actually a sign in the back area reminding me of the coordinates you got to put in here. You go from that. No, whoops, oopsie doopsie. Put it on the heads. Then we go, right, we have to change gravity. Is that right? No, it's like... And then I think we bring it forwards. Which is also, it's the same tag. I think it was a -2. Nope. Maybe it was 0.75. Yeah, that looks about the right position. There it is. There it is. That's the leaderboard right there. I by the way, also have 1,000. Need to get more hermits on here. Okay. How do you feel about the new updates, X? What do you think 1.21 is lacking? Inventory management? That's all I can say. We were chatting about best Minecraft updates and stuff last night. The 1.8 update was a really good update. Then there was also the update Aquatic was a good one. The Nether update, the World of Color, I think was pretty good. Alright, let's get back over to the base area. But I've always said I thought the Ocean Monument was a really good addition to the game. And Guardians, a really good Minecrafty mob with quirky mechanics and stuff. I don't know, I think Jeb was like really good for this game. I don't think he develops it as much these days. Again, the end cities were also, I think the end cities in a way, they're definitely not as good as the Challenger taking on the Ocean Monument. I think the reward of the Elytra kind of cheeses them a little bit, but they too are like really well designed. The whole verticality and the levitation, it's clear that a few good concepts were like just paired together, you know. Actually got more copper in here. I could be aging, right? I think it's because the floor filled up and then I was like, well, I'll put the rest in here. Can even craft some more too. Dang. I got a crafting bench nearby. Like, I feel like in this game, I just tidy up crafting benches. I treat them like they're temporary, and really, they're a good thing to have, like, here, there, and everywhere. Get your craft on, you know? End City would need phantoms, in my opinion, says Ancient. A revised phantom at the End City could probably work. Probably work, couldn't it? .11 gave us rocket fuel. Yeah, I think that was, in retrospect, I think probably not the best decision. I don't know. We all love it because it's so convenient and easy, but it sort of takes away from some of Minecraft's charms sometimes. I was really enjoying playing on horse at the beginning of this season. And I'll admit, like, the convenience of whipping around with your wings is great, but I don't know, something was lost when that transition was made. Updates on vanilla tweaks, question mark, says Crashland. With such a vague question like that, I don't know how to answer. What's with the pinned message? Lo, I've missed something. I don't know what the pinned message is. Can you... I think it's something my mods can do, right? Pin a message. Mods, what's the pinned message? Oh, is that it? Is that all I get? That's all I get. Data packs, question mark. Oh, furthering in. More clarity. Updates on data packs. Don't know what you're asking still. You can write a full sentence if you want to. Pin message, Green was not banned, just kicked. Yeah. Okay. Right, so we're going to go over there next. Let's go find some packed muds. Peeps in chat kept asking. I know they do. Look, see, we're literally talking about it and there's a new question in chat. I was screen kicked. For the lols. literally for the lols. Like, if you ban someone for the lols, doesn't make much sense. If you kick someone, they can log back in if they choose to. Pretty straightforward, right? Oh, another case of internet people don't understand making fun of each other again. It's not so much making fun of, it's like fun with. Let's take all of this. If you ban someone and they have to come to you, then it's not a very inclusive joke, is it? It's more like, well, you inconvenience them, but, you know, kick. Well, it's up to them how they want to play it. Sometimes I think explaining this stuff like ruins the fun of it too. Okay. What build mods do I use? I use the block swapper mod, which I am guilty of not using enough. I use it a lot in creative mode, just not in survival. Should definitely like start to use that more, you know. For your imagination, it's good too. Like, actually, we were talking about mixing the biomes together, right? Dripstone might be a part of that equation. Got a noise in the ear. It's Arjun Matt 99, 56 months. Thank you so much, my dude. Appreciate your continued support. Hope you're having a good time today. Thank you for 56. That is awesome. Let's get over there. I guess I'm going to probably need a shovel, a shovel. Right, I think what we'll do today is just get the basic material in here and then do all the advanced decorative stuff later. There's a reason that bone meal was there. It's because I was using my sorter at the time, which, by the way, has been delightfully fantastic. No complaints. Is this one of those moments where I want to use the offhand? No, because of that! I have to now strategically maneuver. And sink. I have to strategically maneuver and sink. We're definitely going to keep the sand in here. When I was looking at it, I was... Oh my god, see what I mean? Ah! It's disgusting. Oh, double break, whatever. Oh. I don't like it. Too many overlapping functions. Wasn't I saying something and then just getting distracted by all of this? Sounds very apt for me, doesn't it? We can use all of this dirt that we get to recycle it into packed mud anyway. So somewhere around here is when it would probably naturally conclude. I think... Oh, you can see Ren's probably going to have to do a little terraforming here. I reckon this stuff's going to come this side of the bridge over here too, and then it'll dissipate in the river at some point. But yeah, for now, I don't want to go too crazy over here. But I think something like that probably gets the point across. Oh my god. Because I've run out of blocks. I wish Ren would hide his wall a little bit, says Locke. By hide, do you mean like have some blocks sort of seclude it more? If you hold down shift, does it still make path blocks? Good question. Let's find out. No, it doesn't. Shift to the rescue. Thank you, Henwikta, whose name I've probably butchered, you know. Absolutely destroyed that one, no doubt. Yeah, holding shift ain't too bad, is it? And then there's this little bit here. Kind of like the idea of leaving a couple of little bit of grass with grass on, actually. Just under there at least. Replace the wall with mud blocks? Nah. This, though, I don't know what this is for, but it, like, it runs through all of this area. I honestly don't know what it is. Maybe it's a path. But, like, why would it end here? You know, because we've got, like, a path over there. Anyway, I don't think removing those 2 blocks is going to be a big deal. There is a client-side mod that lets you disable paths. Do you mean right-clicking on them? Like, disable the functionality? River, some of you are saying. Nah, I don't think it'd be a river. It wouldn't make sense for a river to run through the middle of Ren's biome. Like, this is a very dry place, right? Another important thing about what we're doing here, I think it helps Ren's base. Hey, I'm holding down shift. The heck? I wasn't doing that a minute ago. Huh. What am I trying to say here? Do you know what? You could probably leave some of those path blocks in on occasion too. Maybe I didn't test. Maybe I just clicked in the wrong places the first time we tried that. Well, I guess I'm just going to go and stop using the offhand at this rate. Probably be easier. But yeah, can we not leave in a few little path blocks here and there? To sort of match the biome a bit. So yeah, if I just swap hands, then I don't even have to worry about it. Basically the way to go, isn't it? I think an important thing for End's base is that the biome goes beyond the boundaries of the wall in places. I don't know quite where. Oh, he's got a perfect path to the spawn chunks. That's something we're going to work on soon. Like, maybe this thing could extend and take over this little area, right? And then go out here a little bit. I'm not quite sure. But, like, the rigidness of the biome border with the wall, I think, alienates it a little bit. Makes it look a little, like, isolated and plopped in. Whereas if we extend the biome outwards, it blends in with, like, neighboring areas and such more. And that's really cool. AJ, your phone is about to die. RIP phone. RIP phone. Yeah, see you later, my dude. Thanks for tuning in. I'm one of those people whose phone never dies. Like, runs out of battery. I don't know what it is. I think it might just be because I'm always organized, but like, my phone will always find its way to a charger in apt amount of time. I also found a setting when I had some issues with my Wi-Fi recently, where it says to preserve the battery life, it will only charge to 85% and no higher. So I switched to that. I thought I had one of these batteries where you're supposed to charge it. Anytime you can charge it is good for it, right? Like, back in the day, there were different types of batteries that you'd have in certain devices. And so sometimes the advice was like let it run all the power out before you charge it. Like, you want to charge it from 0 to 100 every time. And that way it will last longer overall. And then a different generation of batteries come in, and there's a new practice where it's like, no, you just want to keep this thing topped up as much as possible. And I thought that's what this, I think it's a lithium-ion battery that I had was. But I found this option that's like, actually, you want to keep it charged to about 85%. So my phone doesn't ever charge to 100% now. It only charges to 85. And, hey, maybe it's the same battery and they just learned, oh, actually, it's better to do it this way or whatever. I remember reading this thing once about how, although your battery tells you it's at 100% and stuff, like, actually, it manages itself far better than that. So it kind of monitors its charging cycles, and maybe it's actually at 95%, but it tells you it's 100 because it's, like, doing what's best for the battery's health, as opposed to giving you the exact information and letting you decide what to do with it, which I thought was interesting too. With lithium ion, they kept not too low, not too high. Ideally, consistently 50%. Oh, I've not heard that one before. That's interesting. I have that setting enabled on my phone, but it no work. Right, does your charge appear at 100%? Because it could be that you know it's actually at 85 and it just tells you 100% of 85. I don't think that's a smart way to work. It's also not the way mine works. Mine says 85% charge, right? And that's what it told me it would take it to. 100% is actually 80% or so, and 0 is more closer to 30 to save battery life, says Enderdan. Yeah, could be, could be. I can confirm 50%. I replaced batteries in old phones with higher capacities on ions. Alright. I wish my laptop would listen. It jumps from 91% to 0 in seconds. Well, that sounds like, you know, the battery's faulty, or obviously on its last legs, quite possibly. Right, I'm going to switch to standing, my friends. You're about to go on a training course to become a youth worker for a charity. Goodbye. Oh, good for you, my dude. That sounds like something quite honourable. Do your best. Do your best. Ezra Manning in chat. Great insight. What's this? It is likely that 0 to 100% of ideal usable range of the battery. And when we talk about percentages, are we talking about actual or like reported? It gets a little confusing. The fake battery percentage faking is based on of Apple's battery gate scandal. They got sued over that. I'm not aware of that one. I was just aware that I don't think it was even Apple. It was like some Android phone or whatever. Like it told it, like, the percentage it reported wasn't actual. It was designed to maximize the longevity of the battery based on consumer behavior, right? So like some people like to keep their phones always topped up, you know, plug it in as much as you can, and if that's not the optimal thing to do, then like if you just say it's 100% and it's not, you stop that behavior, right? Because I've noticed that on my phone. I think it was more prevalent on the one I had before this one, that you would get a few hours into your day and it would say 100%. And it wasn't until you've been using it to like 3 hours that it would start to go down. You know, and then the rate at which it goes down, it was like, well, why wasn't it coming down from 100, you know? Anyway. Audios87, thank you ever so much for 22 months. Very much appreciated. Check this out. I used my brain smarts. I prepped another drink for the middle of the stream. So I'm going to go make another hot bevy. I really fancy it as well, so that's good. And we'll be back in a moment. I'm going to run an ad, but don't go anywhere. We'll be back with some more Hermitcraft. I am back, my friends. Back with a hot bevy. This time a decaf coffee. I was just thinking a little bit of about music. You know, who here listens to music? Some of this is moss. The moss isn't going to stay, isn't it? So that can all go. A coffee instead of tea. Wow. Yeah, I drink decaf quite a bit. Lots of peeps in chat saying, me? Who doesn't listen to music? That's the real question, isn't it? Saturn Sky says, I think everyone does. I'm pretty sure everyone does too. Audio87 says, hip-hop is the best genre. How did you figure that out? What kind of science did you use to come to that conclusion? God, this cup right here is really hot. Drac versus Kenrick. Oh yeah. Oh, the rap pork that's going on right now. Yeah. Have y'all heard about this rap pork? Jeez, they've been telling porkies about each other. Those two have. How would you describe music to a deaf person? That is a really interesting question right there. Such a tricky one to explain. I think it's just the fact that it's like such a deep primal instinct within us. I think it's a huge part of our evolution, right? Like the use of sound to create expression and culture. I think that's like something expressed in our genes at like a genetic level. Like it runs deep, you know. Most deaf people can feel the vibration of music. Yeah. Like, I guess rhythm is the thing that I think is most tribal. And that's probably something you can get a sense of if you're deaf. Because of the vibrations. It's probably a lot harder to hear, like, harmonic resonances. But the rhythm, you know, you feel like you're in a club, there's a big sound system, you can feel that thudding bass, like that can make you move even if it's just through the vibration, you know. You personally believe that R&B is the GOAT of genres, says Cabinet Turtles. Which R&B? Rhythm and blues? X, can you sing? I can sing in the way that anyone can sing. La-dee-da-dee-da, I'm singing. You know? It's like, but is it good? No. I really got to come up with a more efficient way of doing this. Just breaking a block manually one at a time is not it. Clearly not it. I personally prefer the harder styles and dubstep. See, I like a broad spectrum music, really. I like lots of different stuff. I love polyrhythms, says Oswald. Me too. I like the Meshuggah polyrhythms. I like the polyrhythms that aren't actually polyrhythms. Let's put down another junk box. Put some things in it, I guess. I like tall rhythm, says Ayujan. I think they're doing the same thing that Meshuggah do. I think they wrap measures that don't lap with 4/4, and then they cut them off eventually. And that's the trick of Meshuggah. Is that they're playing, I don't know, they're playing like a 7/8, but then, you know, they play it like 3 times and then cut it off. So it lands on a 4/4. Day in 1094, thank you so much for 6 months of support. Appreciate you coming in and subscribing, my dude. I think I missed one here as well. Eric 1906 1997 Swap and Poll, what a big name. Coming in for the 3 months. Thank you, my dude. I apologize if I did miss you there. I'd never intend to do that, but you have no idea what a polyrhythm is. Okay, so like in rhythm, most music will just play along to 4/4, which is like four notes on the beat. And then you can do more obscure time signatures like 3/4 or 5/4, where it doesn't land on that beat where you expect it to land. It goes on for a bit longer. And then there's more obscure ones like 7/8 and yada yada yada. So 4/4 is the one that feels like most natural and comfortable with. And then these other ones, they're a little off kilter to that because they don't last the full measure that you expect. Or they go beyond it, right? So, what we're talking about, like a polyrhythm would be a song playing on 7/8. It would probably feel kind of weird, but the way it appears with some of these bands is that they play like 2 measures of 7/8. What would that add up to, by the way? 14? And then they'll play like a 2/8. Right? And so then you eventually get that landing on the 4/4. Where it's like, ah, there it is. Time signatures aren't really polyrhythms, says J-Mac. You're probably right, actually. You're probably right. But it's just a term that's like convenient to use and gets used because of that. Like someone might say, oh, you know, Meshuggah, they're polyrhythmic, and it's like, they're not. They're playing in 4/4 all the time. The riffs are just written in different time signatures. Lots of squiddies over here. I don't need to go wreck them because I got the Wither Rose farm. I don't need the ink from it, really. Right, I think we'll go do the... we haven't done this yet. Like, that looks so much better already. That looks so much better to me. Let's go do the shoreline. This is a big batch over here. I kind of want to preserve the original line too. That's important. X, can you cover some Metallica? Sure. Just go to my second channel and search Metallica. Job's done. Job's done. Nevada says, dude, I'm still in school right now. Okay. Okay, thanks for letting me know. See, it's Z. Whenever it's Z, it's just like shenanigans. Maynard from Tool says he got inspired by Joni Mitchell's polyrhythm. We were saying like it's not really polyrhythm a second ago. I don't know Joni Mitchell much, but the place you'll find actual polyrhythms in is probably like jazz music. I have seen some of your covers. I missed the Metallica ones. Yeah, go look them up. Those are from years ago. There's Ride the Lightning, aka Light the Lightning. Hardwired, Creeping Death. Probably a couple of others as well. Dude, the mouse wheel on this thing annoys me. I select my shovel and then it flicks back over. I'll endlessly be moaning about that. What's my second channel? It's called Xisuma 2. There you'll find the live streams. You'll find clips on Wednesdays. You'll find the occasional guitar video as well. Leaf has left, is here with some cheers and biddies. Polyrhythms are more like 2 different time signatures playing at the same time. Good references are things like bossa nova and traditional African music. There you go. Thank you for the cheers and the biddies. Yeah, that does sound about right. So like the thing with Meshuggah is like the riff will be like 7/8. But like I said, it's the cutoff, so it always lands back on the 4/4 that the drums are playing. At least his hands. Like the drummer in Meshuggah plays something that matches the riff with his feet, and then plays the 4/4 with his hands. But, like literally two-braining it. It's seriously impressive. And what's best is it's not just a gimmick. Like they tap into something deeply tribal, I think, with their music. Like the level of like engrossment I get from some of their songs is just ridiculous. It's just like an absolute fascination with the rhythm that's going on. I learned new things today before even getting coffee. Cheers, says Elbub. That's good. Learning's always good. You've seen all of Sethling's new stuff he's been tweeting. He's making Angry Birds now with his physics mods, says Crafty Masterman. Hey, Crafty. Yeah, I saw him tweet something a couple of days ago. I think it was the Jenga thing. And immediately I was like, well, if you're making like a physics mod, like, dude, you're just opening a box of things you can do here. I was immediately reminded of some like fun physics games that I've played over the years. Like, there's just so much you can do when you have like the physics engine there. It's like a core thing. What's the song I'd recommend from them? From Meshuggah, like, because it's so hard and heavy, I don't think they really have an entry song. For me, New Millennium Sinai Christ is just the absolute killer song, and the riff at the end of that is just the best thing ever. Bleed is the song that's most popular of theirs, which is like so obnoxious. Like the rhythm on the kick drum is just absurd. It is like this unbelievably tight, precise chugging. That's a really good one of theirs. But I can't think of anything that's like remotely accessible. So like if you're not into extreme metal already, like it might be pretty taxing to listen to. But yeah, I would probably just give New Millennium Sinai Christ a shout for its unbelievable riff at the end. Like, at least like if you're gonna check out the riff that's at the end of the song. Like you might call it a breakdown, but I think that's like an oversimplification. It is just an awesome, awesome rhythm. And if I remember correctly, I think that one is like 7/8, 7/8, then 2/8, or something like that. Because I learned to play it, and one thing that really helps with learning to play Meshuggah riffs is like understanding what they're doing at the conceptual level. Because it's, you know, you can learn all the notes one by one, but when you realize, oh, it's that set of notes, then they play it again, and then they just play the first two notes of this bit, then it like clicks so much better if you're playing the instrument like along with it. Yeah, I think that one's the one that's like 7/8, 7/8, and then 2/8. I saw Meshuggah several years ago because my partner at the time was into them. The only thing I remember is that they played Rod Stewart's Do You Think I'm Sexy on repeat for what seemed like forever. Is that a thing they do? Dang. I don't know about that. Oh man, that's some good hot decaf right there. Sometimes bands like will play something a little ironic before they go out there and play, you know, like in the intro or whatever. Intro? What am I trying to say? You know, before they start actually playing, they'll have some music on the PA. Oh, there you go. On the PA system, should I say, before the band went on. Well, that makes sense. They're probably having a little joke about it or something and decided just to leave it on. Maybe they liked the song and just wanted to put it in people's faces for a bit. One of the best or weirdest like PA pre-show experiences I had was for Death Grips. Right, they had no support I'm not even sure if they had a merch stand, but you went into like the venue and they had that sound playing where you have 3 overlapping sounds and they all sound like they're ascending from like low to high, and it was just going on forever. They like left it on really loud for like an hour, and then without a moment's notice, like the lights dim a little bit and they just walk on and start playing. Was Death Grips good to watch live? Every time I've seen Death Grips live, it has been just whoa. You know, like some of the liveliest crowds. And I've seen some crazy crowds in my time. Yeah, and in one of them there was just some, it's a bit little vague, the specifics, but there was like some guy who was just completely knocked out. And like only like me and a couple other people were willing to take some responsibility. I had to like carry this guy out and like talk to security who are useless. We're like, look, this guy's been knocked out. Get him to some help. And they were like looking at each other like they don't know what to do. And then they play Black something? Black Paint, that's it. And I'm like, oh, this is the song, man. Like, I wanted to be right in the middle of all that. Those are some good times. Good times going to gigs. I miss it, I'll tell you that. I'm too old for the mosh pit now, though. My moshing days are behind me. I've yet to listen to Death Grips. Do you recommend any songs from them? Just get stuck in, man. Like they're one of those bands where you want to give every record a go and figure out which are your favorite songs. They've just got cracking stuff throughout, and every album's a little different to the other. I'd say the only bits of their discography I weren't too keen on was like the Jenny Death era, like that. It was all right. My favorite ones are No Love Deep Web, Money Store, and the one with black paint on. At least I think it's got black paint on. I'm too scared to get in the mosh pit, says Hero Blender. That's fine. It's not for everyone. How did you get so good at building, says Glitch Clips? By never building and asking other people how they got good at it. And then one day, bam, I was just really good at it. So never give up, my dude. Never give up. Oh, we're out. We're out. We need to go get some more. We need to go get some more. Is there a band / festival you really want to go to? I think I just want to like be with my friends when it comes to gigging and stuff. Like I every time a gig pops up in my inbox, I just immediately think of going with friends, but like they're just not into it like we used to be. So I think I've had like my fair fix of going to live shows that I just miss going with friends more than anything. And yeah, that's kind of like my only thought when it comes to it, really. It's like I've seen so much of it. I'd rather just go with friends now. Like, I don't need to go by myself to see all these bands or whatever. It's a strange thing. Because I used to just go... Oh, we'll probably need more than that, won't we? I used to just go to everything just religiously. Ezra Manning says, my favourite concerts were the ones I went to with my friends, not even my favourite acts. Yeah, for me it's like... I get so wrapped up in the music that the band, the show really does it for me. But I think I've had so... Oh, I did the wrong thing. I've had so much of that like these days I'd like to go to shows with friends. And I'll be happy to go see like anything really. Because I don't know, I've seen all the, you know, bands to see before you die or whatever, like all the stuff you really wanted to pretty much inside out. There isn't like much on my list left where it's like gotta see them, you know. This water here, I think we ultimately gonna want to get rid of that. And I reckon you might have to create a little something over here. I reckon laying down some sand on top of that actually might help with a little bit of a transition. Shiny says I'd give literally anything to see Daft Punk live. Yeah, okay, someone like Daft Punk might be one to go see, right? Oh, I need to get more sand by the looks of it. Viking, completely off topic, thank you so much for teaching me about copper aging. No problem, my dude, no problem. Right, let's go put down some of the sand. And that much will do, I reckon. You're excited for the new Ghost movie coming out? Oh, they're making a movie. Is it like a extended music video type movie or like an actual cinematic thing? Your faves never has shows near. Sometimes you have to travel to see bands, you know? Sometimes it's like that. Hey Xisuma, how are you? Sorry if it's a bother, but us Wells doing well after the storm. Glad you're doing alright. It's no bother. I'm doing okay. What am I making this time, King? Referring to me as King. Oh my. We're just getting this biome ready at the front here for biomification, I guess. You had a stroke reading that. I don't know what you read, but stroke's not good. Don't know if other countries are more accessible, but it's so hard on me going to concerts in the States because there's never anywhere to rest. All these venues have balconies with seating and choose not to let people use them. Yeah, I mean, one of the things with going to gigs is that you're going to be on your feet all night. But I don't know your situation and why you need rest, but if it's not medical, you know, and it's not age related, like fit and healthy humans should be able to, you know, do a gig. Like they're not, you know, chronic pain life. Dang, that sucks, my dude. Sorry to hear that. Once had to stand for 8 hours and my knees are killing me, but it was a blast, says Barker Comics. Yeah, I mean, when I used to go to like Download Festival and stuff, you're pretty much on your feet most of the day. Although there were plenty of times just to sit down on the grass or like the mud, whatever it was. These days I probably, like an average day, I probably spend more than 8 hours on my feet, I think. I'm standing right now. But it's something you have to get used to. By the way, for those of you who have been listening for a long time and hear me occasionally talk about my knees, right? I've had all these issues with my knees ever since the pandemic, right? Tried all sorts of stuff. Recently, I found someone giving a kind of like a different layout of the knees over toes guys training or whatever. Because like I tried some of the things he had showed, but they didn't really help because they were probably too advanced. Anyway, so some videos pop up on my YouTube feed showing me people like doing his beginner step stuff. And I've been giving it a go and it is really, I can really feel it working. I've been doing it for over a month and I've actually been able to run again recently. I've done two, like I did a 10 and a 12-minute run, and I've done, on some days, like after I work out, like today, I do a quick 4-minute run. And, you know, I've slowly been elevating the amount of reps I do on these exercises, and I can really feel it, like less little moments where you're walking around in the day and your knee starts to ache for a little bit, like all of that's gone away. And dude, it's finding the right exercises that sort of target and stimulate that area for like growth and recovery. And then when you get that going and you're consistent with it, like it's leveling up. And yeah, I'm now doing like quite a few more reps than when I started, and I'm just pain is all the way down. And now it's about just like being gentle with it, managing it, keeping it going, and then like trying to amp the runs up. But like, I'm not trying to jump in the deep end too quick because that can backfire. Sandy Marshmallow says, I need some for my back. Learn how to do cat-cow. That is such a great exercise. If it gives you pain, of course, you might have something serious. So, you know, like when you do stretching and these sorts of things, it really is about understanding the difference between, I guess, you know, pain and, I don't even call it pain, but you know, sort of like exercise-related fatigue, I guess, would be the way you describe it. Exercise-related fatigue, that sounds like a better way to word it. Do you have a balance board for your standing desk? I've heard that it really does help when you stand for a long time. I've not heard that one before, and I obviously don't. That sounds really interesting, because balance is something that I don't really have the time to try and improve, but it feels like it's a really good component for health, because especially when you get older, like a lot of older people, you know, have accidents and falls and things, and it's sort of triggered by you know, the atrophying of the ankle area of the body, like your balance goes and stuff, and then that leads to you having a knock and a fall. And like, if you can keep your balance in good health and your ankles in good health, that can go a long way in your old age. That's something that I'd always wanted to improve, but you know, I can't spend all my day lounging around doing strength and mobility exercises, so I have like a, you know, a time for it or whatever. Ezra, I don't do channel shoutouts. Like, that's just not a thing around here. What is my diet like? Mostly just consists of home cooked meals, lots of veg, lots of meat, eggs on a regular basis. No puddings. My desserts consist of fruit and yogurt most of the time. I have some homemade ice cream, but like, that's just milk and protein powder. Just helps you shift your weight around and stops fatigue from just standing. That makes a lot of sense, because yeah, like I get a bit stiff and rigid from a long standing session, which is the same problem with sitting. It comes on a lot quicker when I sit, like a sort of stiffness that annoys me. Do I like buttermilk? I don't know if I've ever actually had buttermilk. You started brushing your teeth in a squat position to help keep your balance. Dude, that was a hack that I saw in a health video like a while back and like forgot to keep trying to do. That's a good one right there. Yeah, so I'm hoping with my knees that I'll be able to get back to doing leg presses, squatting and deadlift again, because I really love like leg exercises. I've just not been able to do them for ages, you know. So over on this side, I say that looks good, but like you're seeing how it needs more to it, right? Like we're gonna have to do a couple of biome passes over here and build this thing up. This is a really cool project. I was gonna keep it nice and simple, but Ren's ideas here is inspiration. Do you know what? We should do this like the quicker way sometimes too, instead of trying to keep it exact. Just do that. Don't have to punish ourselves to some exact detail. Whew, there we go. Oh, apparently the Greg sausage roll conversation is still ghosting around in the chat. Wow. Shiny Alpha, the heat's fine at the moment. It's fine. Also, avoid buckling your knees while standing so you keep the blood flowing. Yep. At the beginning of the year, my friends and I were all working out together, but of course they gave it up a couple of months ago. Yep. I think for a lot of people, especially with the New Year's resolution stuff, like your exercise thing is like, right, I'm going to go to the gym every day now. It's like you're not going to change overnight like that. Like, you know, start small and be consistent. You know, just do something simple for like 3 months, and then you'll still be doing it in 3 months, and then it's just easier to go from there to like the next step. I woke up drenched in sweat because of the heat. Ah, oh, that sounds disgusting. Sneezy anus. There's nothing disgusting about your username though, is there? Oh no. What a beautiful sneezy anus, you know? Doesn't that just inspire you to get out the paintbrush and get out your paints? Oh dear. I think I might have underestimated a little bit how much more packed mud we're going to need here. Not that it's a problem, just I think I only picked up a few stacks and it's kind of like, we need a heck of a lot. I have a bad back. Finding the balance between the fatigue and my chronic pain is a thin line to traverse. Yeah, we were talking about back exercises a moment ago. Cat cow hanging. Oh, have we got like a connection? Oh no, it came back. Cat cow and hanging are two good ones. Downwards facing dog is a little more advanced. Stuff like that did the trick for me. Because I used to have like back pains and stuff, but with some active maintenance it goes away. Right, more junk, and then we need more mud. Oh yeah, we should put the sand back over here too. UK houses are built to keep the heat in. Yeah, because it's mostly cold most of the year, right? Audius says climate change is going crazy. See, that's the thing. We're talking about weather, not climate. Well, I guess if you're saying most of the year, it's like, you know. Oh my god. Numpty. I'm a numpty. Clicking on the wrong stuff. How is it 20 degrees in May, says Audius? Well, normally this is 20 degrees in May here where I am is about right. What was weird is that it was cold. It was really cold to begin with. We were like, where's the hot weather? It should be here already. Your house doesn't keep the heat in. If it doesn't, it was probably built not to, right? Unless you bought, I don't know, a dodgy house or something. Yeah, May's about right for the heat to start, but summer's been really extreme the last few years, the Shiny Alpha. Yeah, the thing with discussing the climate change is that it affects all parts of the world differently. And maybe my information here is a bit out of date or whatever, but I seem to recall them saying that like places like the UK would experience hotter summers, but then shorter summers as well, and like longer winters and colder winters. So it's got a variety of ways it can affect. I think we're gonna have to fill in sand here to get rid of that water. Can't be having water in this biome. Well, we'll just pave over the top of it here, I think. Oh, there's a bit of funky terrain here that needs sorting too, I think. Like the start of a waterlogged cave system, probably. So yeah, every time I place a bit more of this, it's like the sand will fall down. So we'll come back with some more sand in the future, I think. This year hasn't been as bad as 2019, though. Dang. I mean, I was around in 2019, but, like, I ain't been keeping records. Was that a hot one, then? Dan Metroid Arnold here for 7 months. Say X, it's been a hectic at the studio over the last couple of weeks. So it's nice to sit back on a Friday morning in the US and tune in for a waffle. Glad to have you with us, my dude. Hope the hecticness calms down. We've been seeing colder and rainier summers in New Zealand, and winter has come here early, says Meadside. Another thing about all of this is, like, the meta perspective. I always go on about this. You know, I say it's important, but really I'm fascinated and drawn to the meta perspective of things. It's like we sometimes forget how like short our time here is in the overall scale of things, and it's one of those things where like we do have records and stuff, and they might be insightful for specific situations, but you know, we've only experienced a certain amount of summers or whatever, and remember how hot they are and stuff, and like some of the changes that we're seeing, you know, what were they like 100 years ago from year to year? Maybe the fluctuations would warrant the same sort of level of conversation, right? There was one thing I once heard about all of this, and when we talk about these things, like, please do note that I say I heard this somewhere. Like, I'm not a researcher. I'm not going out there and double checking everything, so like take it with a grain of salt. But this one person was saying that we have a perspective that like there's more climate related weather disasters, but they were saying that people, like, there's more people on the planet than there were 100 years ago, and that people have moved into more weather risk related areas. So you have like an increasing of coverage of news. You have an increased amount of people living in these areas that get affected, because you know, when some tropical storm lands up against some land and, you know, demolishes all the trees and all the fields and whatever's in them, if there's no people there, it doesn't get reported the same way as if people are there, right? And it's a really interesting point, again, about perspective and the meta-narrative of things. But like I said, I didn't like go in there and fully verify their claims or anything, but it's just one of those things that I find like really interesting. So it does make sense. It makes some sense. You know, we have an increasing amount of coverage on world events, and we have more people moving into areas that can be affected by these things. So everything has a bias, right? Everything has a perspective. That's fair, but looking at the graphs for single locations like London, New York, etc., there seems a very large shift compared to the previous years, and definitely it seems to correlate with the Industrial Revolution and ramping up pollution. Yeah, that kind of stuff isn't in doubt in my mind. It's just the way we perceive it is curious to me. But when they do their stats, they count all of them, not only the ones that touch humans, says Chunky Max. Yeah, that's the other thing too, right? Like, when you get in there and you work with the numbers, you gotta consider all the factors. My dad recalls how in the 60s and 70s, summers were way hotter and winters were way colder and snowier. The weather we're seeing now is actually more closer to the 60s and 70s and the 90s in the early 2000s, but oddly favourable weather in his lifetime. Yeah, so Robot Matt, what I'd say there is like, you know, every climate, or sorry, every like localized region of weather is different from the overall climate, right? So different areas get changed and get affected differently based on this stuff. But also, is that just a perceived thing as well? Because sometimes when we tell stories about how we experience the weather, it's like, is that just a perception? Because when I look back into the summers I've experienced in the past, I'm like, I don't actually know if they were hotter or not, because I don't remember like the temperatures that I looked up every day. You know, we look up the temperature. All right, it's going to be 20 degrees tomorrow, right? But then, do you remember a day from like 5 years ago when you looked up the weather? Do you remember what the number was? Not really. And then it's like, you know, like your perception of things is compared to your baseline. So I used to really love cold weather when I was younger. I used to love winter. I used to love the cold and the rain, and I didn't like summer. And I was probably more likely to say those summers were like less tolerable than these ones. As I've gotten older, I've grown to like summer and the hot weather more, so I'm probably more likely to tolerate it. So I would take my own anecdotal information on my memories of the past weather as just like not reliable, is kind of what I'm getting at. I would just look back and think, you know what? You know, I didn't write anything down, and I didn't like hot weather back then. So, who knows? Yeah, another reason for why I might have not liked hot weather back then as well is because I had more body fat. I don't have as much body fat anymore, and it makes such a difference that I get really cold in the winter if I don't wrap up properly. Whereas I remember in the past I could go around with just a t-shirt on in the winter and feel fine. It makes quite a big difference, like how much body fat you have to like keeping yourself warm. So that could be like another reason for like why did that change, right? It perfectly correlates with my loss of weight over the years, and maybe that's why I like hot weather more now, is because it's not as uncomfortable. Stop going live during school, says Araby. It's not school time in some parts of the world, though. You know? It's definitely not school time somewhere in the world right now. X, you like my mum? She needs 30 to 60 layers if she gets a cold, says Sneezy. The thing about that, though, is getting a cold. Sometimes having a cold and a fever, you feel hot, right? I mean, like, just being in the cold, you need layers. Like, not when I'm sick. Sick can, like, swing in different directions. 9:30 PM here, says Kizara. Exactly. You're not going to be in school at 9:30 PM. Jeez. Dude, I always talk about, like, not getting enough done and stuff on streams. I'm like, I genuinely thought what we were doing here would not take more than 30 minutes. It's been well over an hour. Like a gross misestimation, I think, of how many blocks needed replacing over here. Man, this bit of the song always reminds me of James Bond. Don't ask me why. Something about that melody just reminds me of James Bond for some reason. I like that you're extending Ren's biome outside of his walls. Might help him not stress about the whole walling out hermits and turning away interactions. Oh, he's not turning away interactions, I don't think. I said it to him when we were chatting about it one time. I was like, the problem with the walls is that they kind of like separate the biome too much. So like this, like I kept looking out at this space recently and just thinking this needs to go out here. And it ties into that bigger thing where like it feels like less of a wall now because that biome is actually now all of this area, right? So like when like let's say some of this spills out over there a little bit and maybe into this space and I don't know, you know, over there somewhere, it's gonna have less of that like walled off feeling and more like Ren's home inside a biome, I think is the way to think about it. That's the way I perceived it. So getting more of this on the outside is a good thing. Yeah, there's quite a lot of the flowery stuff at the beginning here, isn't there? How do you say your name? I get it mixed up, says Theus in it. Shishwam Bam is the way to pronounce it. Shishwam Bam. AKA Shishwami. AKA xisumavoid. AKA Xisuma. I think that's... Oh, go on then. A little bit more. Because, you know, chances are... Well, have we got room? Go that way. Chances are... We'll use it for something else in the future anyway. So much junk as we do this. Xisuma too, yeah. This was a great investment. Wait a minute. Oh my god. Wait, no. No, they're the right profession, aren't they? Or if they change profession? Well, I've got a weird feeling they're not the profession they're supposed to be. I mean, they're still farming. Clearly, they're still farming. Maybe I'm just having a panic attack because I'm like, oh my god, it broke after it was working for ages that one time. It'll do it again. G Dizzle 78 coming in for 33 months. Thank you so much, my dude. The Mogus is here with the Prime as well. Thank you. Looks like the right profession. Yes, is Dark Manor. Dude, I don't know what is up with me. Like, am I getting old? Is my memory bad? Like, but I just feel like I forget everything these days. Just feel like, oh, I don't know. Ask me to remember something. I'm like, not sure. Right, there you go. So, still some remnants of what was here before. But that is a fine job, I think. I dare say it. A good foundation for what's next. I kind of like there being a little bit of grass here too, actually. That'll be the worst thing. May even keep that. I don't know. I think I might do away with the pink flower petals, though. I guess they're on this side. Because we initially had them over here, and then I decided to change them, right? But yeah, there you go. So, we're going to have to do some work out here, aren't we? And maybe, you know, I think Ren would be smart to sort of maybe take over a bit of this space too. By the way, this area here is up for grabs. I think I'm going to take it and build my mega project thing. I don't want to call it a mega project, actually. It's going to be like a big build. And I really feel like I need to get a help from another hermit, but I don't know who to ask. Like, I do so much better when I bounce ideas off of other people. I just work better like that. And I need to build something big and grand that, like, speaks to the Hermitcraft name in this space. Because it's going to be for a really amazing project that involves, like, so much more than just all the hermits. And I've been very tight-lipped about that, and will continue to be. Exclusive preview, says Lucaro. Not really, just I just feel like we're getting close to moving on to that. Like, the pace of the season is an interesting thing. I've sort of slowed down a little bit, where doing all of this just doesn't feel like a talk you through it thing on an episode. Oh, now that I think about it, I need that for what we're doing next, so we'll keep it. What's the inspiration, says Aiden? The community is the inspiration, but, you know, I've been hinting at it for a while, and now I feel like, okay, I want to make that the thing, right? The season's shifting gears a little bit, and I think that's what's naturally going to come next. All of that in there, do this. Could ask Scar. I'd love to work with Scar on it. I think our time zones don't quite match too well, you know. Is a bit of an issue. Right, so I had that brilliant idea of, like, let's not make this area all symmetrical and stuff, right? Let's commit to that by ripping out some of that. Maybe I should figure out the guidelines here a little better first. Okay. Probably, what am I going to need here to, like, help me see what I want to do? I think I'm going to need my bamboo and scaffolding. It's the trapdoors that I like playing with here. I think I'm just going to start running Actually, I'm not going to do it straight away, but I need to run my sorter on my ender chest and everything else soon, because we've got loads of junk again. Corrales! You know what? Corrales might be up for it, yeah. That's you know what? I'll make a little note there. Yeah. That's not a bad idea. Theseus says, what's your opinion on Tommy Innit? Sorry if unrelated. A lot of these newer YouTubers, especially in the Minecraft space, they're just, you know, they're just not of my time. Like, I kind of checked out from being, you know, in the what's now and happening in the Minecraft community and its creators, like, quite a long time ago. And so there's, like, a whole new batch of different peeps. Like, a lot of the people we did the crossover with, the Empire's crowd, I think they're more like the wave after my generation. And even then, like, I didn't really catch a lot of what they were doing either. For me, it's been a lot of, like, the redstone-y tech stuff for a long time. Has been what I've been into. And then as I've lost interest in that, I haven't really been into, like, Let's Plays and community type things that much either. Kind of got a little idea here to do something different. I should have just brought the whole box with me, really. We could use, like, the posts as well. Would be pretty cool, pretty fun. How about you and EFO nether build something? You nether build something with EFO. Yes, again, it's like just a sort of, I don't know, you never really like bump heads enough to get going with that stuff. I would like to do something with EFO. I think I'd like to work with him on a game design thing, because I really like game design, but my survival Minecraft just feels a little flat to me. I just can't, like, see where the opportunities are. I always see it in the custom stuff, and so working with someone who still, like, sees a lot of, like, what's possible, I think could be really cool. That to me don't look right. And it might be smart for me right now not to focus too much on specific details. I think I want to get the shape of this area in first, right? And come back here and change that up later if we want to. I decided this right here would be for my color box. Okay, so then I think what I want to do is, like, turn this a little bit somewhere here. So we have... Oops. Like, let's make the floor first, I think. So then you got this nice kind of area. I think it needs to come out a little further. That'll give me enough space to be a bit creative. And then where do we want it to start, like, going up? And how many paces do we need this to go up by? Favorite part of playing Minecraft questions, such as what makes the game fun for you? Like building, redstone, friends. Personally, what makes it interesting? I think it's the creative endeavor, the act of, like, getting from A to B. With whatever it is. Like, is it a build? Is it a redstone challenge? It's always that environment to go from nothing to something, you know, and then, you know, you've created all of that, which is probably sounds a little, like, I don't know, non-specific if you like, but or too general, but that's pretty much it. Like, that process, like getting from here to there is kind of it. This is all level with that area, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So 1, 2. Now let's count that again. Because we're gonna be on this level, so we go down 1, 2, 3. So there's only gonna be 3 elevations. And I think I just saw something in my mind's eye that I like. I like the idea of there being steps there. Yeah, like 1 forward from that. So you've got this big old area. Maybe go as far as that. Or maybe, like, I'm thinking of like a snaky corridor or something, but like, what are the rules? There are no rules. We're making them all up. So like, we could have a set of 3 there and a set of 3 here, so you can continue going in a straight line. So then you're going to be at this level. So we've gone up by 1. Then over here, this will all be up by 1. And then we'll have like another little cubby hole area here that links up with that side over there. Getting a little dark in here, isn't it? Do you have any plans / ideas for the gaming districts, says Riffraff? Not especially. I'm sure when we get stuck in and start brainstorming, stuff will come to mind. I do want to get over there. I think my current arc is like finish the base, get Loglands moving along, get this other big project started, and then when that other big project is kind of concluded, that'll be when I probably move on to the mini games. So I kind of see myself doing the mini games while I'm doing stuff at Loglands, and that means that Loglands is going to provide like a lot of building materials for it as well, which is good. Why did I come back out here? Torches. X, there's a huge solar flare coming out of the sun today into tomorrow, and the news says that the Aurea Borealis will be visible from over almost all of the UK tonight. Dang, dude. I'm looking that up. I am looking that up because that sounds kind of magical. Also, tonight would be like not a bad night to have my sleep disrupted. Got stuff on tomorrow, so I won't be working out first thing in the morning and all that. I can sleep in a little bit if I need to. Might stream tomorrow morning. That was the other thing I wanted to mention. I'll see how things go, but I might stream first thing in the morning. I don't really have a set in stone plan as of yet. Oh, there's a part of this that's really close to the floor. Oh, so when it comes to stepping up the height, may have done that a little too soon. Maybe I should step it down first of all, right? To avoid that problem. So we go down to this level. Actually, it's lower than that. What am I thinking? Go down another level like here, and then come back up more times further on. It's a process. It's a process. I reckon having more deep slate laid out on the floor would help me a lot as well. It's the biggest warning in the last 19 years or something. I mean, that to me sounds like something I should have heard of then, if there's this huge big warning. Then again, I also never like look at the news, so I'm guessing it's possibly all over the news. Let's chuck that up here. Let's see. Okay, it's just back here. So we know we want some stairs, and we know we're going to need some more slabs. Yeah, I think maybe just building the floor layout makes the most sense. So like it ducks down in these two spots. So we're going to have a room like in this space. This is where we could do with a torch. Hey look, some copper. You know, I have to mine it, don't I? I should really get the pick out so I don't end up mining this twice. Don't be a big one. There we go. There we go, I'm good. Helps to be doing stuff underground when you're collecting all the copper, you know? So yeah, like what we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Have a little space there. Then we kind of like graduate into a little free wide corridor for a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with the slabs as like the floor plan. I think is the way to do it. Ooh, we got water down at this level. Oh yeah, oh yeah. There's that. Torches. Bam. That's not a torch. Yo, blatantly a slab. Blatantly a slab. So yeah, then in this area it's 5 wide again for a while, right? Don't know exactly for how long. And then it'll like rejoin with the room over here at some point. And then we can kind of connect it again somewhere here, and eventually it makes its way up to that height is kind of the idea. Yeah, that'll be that project. So what, you making some sort of downstairs maze? No. No, it's just a storage area. But what I realized is that in order to make this like interesting is to stop doing the symmetrical hallway stuff, right? Like I laid this out so it could just be one long hallway. But no, we wanna give it some character by not falling into that trap of just mirroring everything all the time. So this area needs to follow the idea that we got here, but like have some height variance and stuff to it, you know? That's kind of what I'm getting for. X you should eat. Well, I'm gonna go work out and cook after this stream. And then it's snapshot watch, because we didn't get one Wednesday, we didn't get one Thursday, and last week we got one Friday. Apparently there was another holiday in Sweden. I'd have so many holidays over there, gosh. Yeah, so we got to do possibly a snapshot video later today. I'm just going to chuck everything but the copper in, I think. Go put that back on the wall. It's Kordishi here for 76 months. Thank you ever so much, Kordishi. Appreciate it. Hope you've enjoyed the stream today. Do we have a new snapshot today, says House of Meza? I don't know, but I'm guessing today might be the day for one. I need to launch my camera account for a second. A snapshot dropped during the stream. Thanks for the heads up. Thanks for the heads up. I'm probably still going to work out and eat beforehand anyway. I'm getting all kinds of distracted now. What was I going to do? Launch the camera account, yeah, so I can have this running. 21W19A is out. It just dropped. Maybe I'll change tact. Maybe I'll make the video now. I don't know. I don't really feel hungry, that's for sure. Plus, it'll be hotter later as well. Yeah, I might actually just jump on making the video right now if it's literally just dropped. Wouldn't be the worst thing, would it? Okay, let's teleport over to me. And then I have to lay out my ender chest. This is how the whole system works, peeps. It's good to know, as you know. Gotta love this system, right? Hey, another noise in the air. Who be that? Who be that? It's Drew Dude for 32 months. You're glad you managed to catch the end of the stream. It's been a good time. Glad to have you tune in, my dude. Thank you again for 32 months. Dang. Much appreciated. In come the next ones. And then the last ones. These ones basically can go in any order. And peeps, I've been using this over and over again, and it works, I tell you, it works. Like, there was that period where we weren't so sure when we first built it because I missed a couple of things, but now that I've caught those, it is all working. So press the button and let the machine do its thing. And this bit over here works too. We built the item elevator on stream, and it's pumped loads of things through here. Like I went and picked up loads of resources from other parts of the base and just threw them in. So now I can be like, right, we need a cactus chest somewhere around here. We needed this thing. We needed that thing, you know. Also, I need a screenshot of what's outside here, because that's going to be my thumbnail right there. Nice. Peeps, that is going to do it from me today. I hope you've been entertained, enjoyed the stream, but so I've only got this much time for you. I think I'm going to go work on that snapshot video, so that brings us to the end of this one. Big thank you as always. Got to look for someone to raid, right? That's the thing that we do. Let's see. XP Crafted is streaming. Playing some Hermitcraft. I would have been nice to go link up with XP, but I'm going to go jump on that snapshot. So, just going to do the raid today. So I'll send you over there. That's it from me, peeps. Thank you ever so much. Take care. Have a great rest of your day.